The reason obviously why we're holding meetings on this issue is first of all to provide people with information. Our position is to oppose water charges. Our position is to oppose everything that's wrong with Irish Water, and we've given a very clear public commitment to people that if in government, Sinn Fein will abolish water charges. We've also given a very clear commitment that Sinn Fein will abolish the property tax if in government. And I said at the very start of the meeting, I have no difficulty with constructive criticism, and I have no difficulty with people having a different position. But I do have a difficulty with people trying to divide and conquer within a campaign where the real enemy here is the government parties who are imposing these charges. We are here to stand with people, whether they're in different political parties or not, whether they're ordinary citizens, we're here to stand with them. And we're here to do what we can to support those communities who can't afford to pay. And nor will I pay the water charges. And the reason why I won't pay is, again, because I will stand in solidarity with those people who simply cannot pay. For those people who don't, that's, in my view, a matter for them. People shouldn't be bullied or pressurised into taking what they believe is the right thing to do for them and their families. I happen to believe the right thing for me is not to pay and not to send back the pack. And I want to pay tribute to communities in Ferrybank and Abbey Park, some of whom are here as well, who came out. To stop the installation of water meters. We were out on the ground supporting those communities. Any campaign in a housing estate has to be led by the people who live in the estate, and they need to make up their mind and have their meetings about what they want to democratically do. It is not for any party to hijack those campaigns, or it is not for any party to tell people what to do. In my view, those communities should stand in solidarity with each other, but they should be led by the people who live in the estates, and we will give those communities 100% support, as we have done in Ferrybank, Abbey Park and other areas across the first thing that I want to do is encourage people to attend the rally on Saturday. We need people to travel in big numbers. We need as many people as possible on the streets to send this government a message that we've had enough. We will not impose cuts on the most vulnerable in society. We will not impose cuts on carers. We will not impose cuts on people with disabilities. We will not impose cuts on people with low pay. And we will not do the job of the Tory party, whether it's the Tories in Westminster or the Tories in the guise of Fine Gael and Labour in this state as well.
But nonetheless, we took a view that the introduction of water charges, when people were already paying through what we have in the north as a domestic rate that people pay for households, that was an unfair double taxation, and we were opposed to that, and so were all of the parties, including the unionist parties who were elected in Ulster. We put an immediate halt to it. I brought a proposition to the executive in Stormont that we stop the process of introducing water charges, that the company that had been set up was restructured in a way to ensure that it could not be privatised, that we ended the rollout of contracts which were already signed up to for universal metering, and we put a stop to that as well.
The only fellas my name, I'm over from Euraside, and 13 years in this area with the water rates in the past to fight it. But what's essential in this campaign is that people don't pay. Tom Hogan, People Before Profit, and Right to Water campaign. But I think what really we also need to concentrate on is how this charge can be defeated. And the one thing we should all remember is that we did defeat this in the past. This can only be fought and resisted in a determined way, and that determined way will involve people power. And we saw an example of that right across the state in different estates, but we saw it locally here in Abbey Park and the adjacent estates there, where people did confront the installers and prevented them from doing so. Okay, that's an act of civil disobedience. People were very disciplined and all the rest of it over there and behaved themselves very well and very honourably. And we believe that that's something that has to be done where metering is taking place.
Bring every town in Ireland to a standstill. The courts.
Okay, everybody, thank you very much for coming tonight.